Our autonomic nervous system is the part of our nervous system that controls all the things that happen in our body automatically, things like blood pressure, heart rate, and digestion. Now, the traditional understanding of the autonomic nervous system was limited to just two circuits: the sympathetic, which is responsible for our fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic, which is in charge of the rest and digest functions. Now, over the last couple decades, our view of how the autonomic nervous system has changed, and this is based on findings that our vagus nerve actually has two branches and not just one. So the polyvagal theory recognizes these two branches and acknowledges their individual roles in promoting our overall health and well-being. Now, to better grasp how our nervous system impacts our health this way, let's talk about those pathways as if they're three separate units. So the first pathway is the ventral vagal branch, and this is the newer branch of the vagus nerve, and it's involved in our ability to relax, to be social, really just to be our best versions of ourselves and have our body in a state of ease. So the second pathway is our spinal sympathetic chain. And this pathway is made of a chain of nerves that exit our spinal cord right in the middle portion of our back. And these send information from our spinal cord directly to the internal organs as part of our fight or flight response. So really cool that in a case of stress, we are ready to go faster than you can think about it. Now, the last pathway is the dorsal branch of the vagus nerve, and this is the more primitive of the two branches. And the dorsal branch is responsible for us being able to be in a state of quiet and calm. Now, the polyvagal theory is real important to understand because it explains how the stresses that we encounter in life, as well as how we handle those stresses, have such a huge influence on not only our physical health, but our emotional health as well. So when we're in that sympathetic state, or when that fight or flight response has been activated, our body becomes primed to either fight or flee. So this means those bigger muscle groups get tensed up or pumped up, which allow us to better fight or run. And at the same time, those automatic changes cause our blood pressure and our heart rate to go up, amongst other things. At the same time, our thoughts are going to become more narrow and focused. This helps us to really keep an eye on the task at hand and keep us safe. Emotionally, this can cause us to become anxious, a little on edge, or unable to sit still. Now, in contrast, when the dorsal part of our vagus nerve becomes activated, we tend to slow down and kind of retreat into the shadows, kind of like a possum. So this part of our nervous system comes online when we encounter a stress that we decide we're just not going to be able to fight or flee from. And because of that, more primal areas of our brain start to lower our blood pressure and slow other systems. So this keeps our muscles kind of not so tense, but also can cause our blood pressure to drop. Emotionally, we can become a little bit more depressed and withdrawn in the state. It's also in the state that we see a lot of what are called medically unexplained conditions. And this is including, but not limited to, things like dysautonomia, POTS, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, migraines, and autoimmune disease. So in order to stay healthy, it's crucial for the three branches of our nervous system to work together. This ensures that proper control of organ activity and maintaining balance or homeostasis in the body, as well as being able to appropriately respond to situations and life stresses as they come. So the good news is there's a number of things that you can do to help keep your nervous system working at its very best. Among those things are activities like staying active, managing your stress, eating a healthy diet, and staying hydrated. Regular chiropractic care and polyvagal exercises also are vital pieces to this puzzle. Chiropractic care helps keeping your spine moving properly, which is vital to your brain health, as well as it has influence on that vagus nerve to help keeping the function of the entire system at its best. Polyvagal exercises also impact the vagus nerve in a way that brings ease to the entire nervous system and body, and together with other healthy habits can help your body to become more resilient to the stresses of life. This is exactly how chiropractic helps your body to not only feel better, but to heal better as well.